Yo, what's up guys, I'm Fire here back with the video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another defensive scheme out of a new formation that I haven't really posted too much. Now, can we all begin this video by giving a round of applause to EA for finally adding something that I've been asking for since the beginning of this year. It only took them 7 months to add something that was in the game last year and still is in the game on current gen the entire year, but they finally added coach adjustments. It's just, finally they did it. I don't know, understand what took so long, but hey, I'm happy they did it. And it's going to make these videos a lot better, especially allowing me to actually put zone drops on my videos rather than just tell you, oh, put your zone drops on 20, but you can never see what it looks like because there's no zone drops in it. But now we have that, so we're going to be able to do some cool stuff in practice mode. And I'm definitely excited about that, so shout out to EA for actually fixing it. They didn't have to necessarily, but yeah, we're going to go over some match coverage. I'm going to go over the cover 6 show 2 defense that you see right there on the left side of the screen. No, wait, you don't see it because my face, but there you see it on the left side of the screen, cover 6 show 2. Definitely like this play. I'm going to show you guys some adjustments. And this dime 236 is a very unique formation. It's going to have some unique adjustments, and I'll showcase some of the unique things. Let me know if you want to see more out of this. We're in the Baltimore Ravens defensive playbook, by the way, since I did not mention that. But yeah, cover 6 show 2. Let's jump straight into it. Alright, so here we are out on the field. Now we're going to begin by showing some of these odd adjustments. And the first thing that's going to be interesting about this formation is that we only have 2 defensive linemen by rule. Now you can obviously sub in certain defensive players, but you cannot get actual DNs at the DN spot, if that makes any sense. So you're kind of forced to use outside linebackers at quote-unquote DN. So let's go to our defensive lineman quick adjust, for example. And you see we only have 2 options, Randy Gregory or DeMarcus Lawrence there in the middle. 2 options. So obviously when you go ahead and pinch your defense, it's only going to pinch those 2 guys. When you spread your defensive line, it's only going to move those 2 guys. So keep that in mind. Now as far as our linebacker adjustments, how many linebackers do we have? Well, interestingly enough, we still only have 3, although you might think we have 4. We have those 2 defensive, quote-unquote defensive ends, and then we have our user on this right side, and then now in your user spot, you can definitely put a safety at linebacker still. But this guy right here, Donovan Wilson, he can actually be a cornerback. Now we don't have a cornerback there, but he actually can be a cornerback if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure you can get a corner here. And he obviously is kind of your dollar corner. I don't know what you would call that. Your big dime corner. But it's basically like you're playing a big dime with your 6 defensive backs. So kind of like a dollar person now. Obviously, we just have 1 more linebacker than D-end. So pretty confusing. Now we also have some more interesting stuff. Now our interesting stuff over here is going to be our quick adjustments on the back end. So we're going to just, for example, put Javon Curse on that right side in a zone. So number A, or letter A, I don't know why I said number, but you're going to press A and take a look at some of these interesting quick adjustments that we have right on that side. It's going to be, you have outside third left, you have deep half left, you have outside third right, deep half right. You still have middle third, mid read, but you notice how you do not have a flat zone. So it's going to be unique from that standpoint that if I wanted to put A in a curl flat, we cannot. Now, we put him in a curl flat, now you see he's in a deep half on the left side. So it's going to be interesting. If you've never ran this formation before, make sure you study, because if you get in game, you're going fast. I'm just going to put him in a quick zone, inside third. Inside third now goes to an outside third on the left, and the inside third is just up on the left stick. So be very careful of that. And again, there's no quarter zone either, so we cannot reset him to a quarter. We would just have to reset our defense. Very important that you guys recognize that. But now that we got all that out of the way, let's get into our defense. And starting out, we're just going to kind of run it stock, just using the 3 receiver hook, basic play here, and we're just going to go ahead and snap the ball. Work over on B, go over to A, and you see it's going to be pretty solid coverage, just normal match coverage. Of course, we have our cover 4 on the right, cover 2 on the left, just a basic cover 6 defense. Taking a look, everything should be defended pretty well. Now, what you can do is baseline press to get these guys to play a little bit better. I'm not sure why we had our inside quarter actually match onto the corner out. That's not ideal. So probably baseline press, or just press traditionally, but I would probably baseline press in that case. And also, you can also use this vert hook. I know a lot of people like to use the vert hook. I kind of see it vary between the ways that different guys run it. but you can actually run it either way, really. So we can use the vert hook. I can lurk over on here, but you see kind of the same assignment. Again, I have no idea why. What's his face? J-Ron Curse is the one taking the corner out, but we'll fix that with our next defensive adjustment. You, of course, are not just going to kind of run the stock. You can just give your opponent more looks, but generally, I don't like to run match coverage stock. What I like to do for this play is to go ahead and put B on a cloud flat. You're going to put him on a cloud flat. You can also go soft squat. I would go cloud flat. And then what I like to do with A is deep half it. Now again, our deep half adjustment is not going to be the left stick up, which it normally is in most nickel, any formation. Deep half is going to be up on the left analog stick. It's not going to be that. It's going to be right on the right analog stick. So you go that, and this is what your coverage pretty much looks like. Again, you can pinch your D-line, do whatever you want with your D-line. You can contain. This formation is pretty good to contain out of, I've noticed. But this is what our coverage is going to kind of look like. Cover 2 type shell. We still do have match principles, which is going to be our soft squat on the left, our 3 receiver hook, and our quarter flats. We still have 3 matching zones, but we just kind of take away those 2 quarters for matching, and this is going to give us pretty much some better coverage. Now, out of this, I believe you can, I'm not sure exactly which zone drops you can adjust. I might actually go check, but I think you can change your flats, I want to say. I think you can zone drop adjust your flats in this situation defensively. So if we wanted to, we'd set our flats to like 20 yards maybe. And then in that case, you can go like 2 little hard flats over here. Now also, I guess what you would do is you also can't put this cornerback in any flat zones either, because he is technically a cornerback, which is something I forgot. So if we wanted to put someone in a hard flat, it's going to have to be this linebacker, Micah Parsons over there. And then we're going to just probably either like blitz this guy or put this other guy. So you can just do different things like this, maybe where you contain this outside guy. And I would probably put him in contain. Something like this if you wanted to go with like a double Mabel look. Or we could put X in like a curl flat. Something like this. If you wanted to get really adjusty. And again, you're going to watch the middle of the field with your user, but everything should be defended well. Now again, watch out for X down the middle. If that's going to be a concern, I'll show you what you can do to kind of prevent that from happening, as no pass rush at all, rushing 3. And that's what happens when you rush technically a defensive back. I mean, oh my goodness. How many times has he gotten pancaked? 20 times. But you see the weakness of this defense going to be the inside. You could have thrown Terry McLaurin for a touchdown there. So what are we going to do? We're going to fix that. And again, we quick adjust L1. We can put him in the middle third just like so. And of course, if we do not like not having a vert hook, let's go with 3-man rush. Let's put X in a little vert hook over here. So now we can rush it like this. We can still pinch our D-line, but this would be good defense. And we can actually use our Parsons over here if we wanted to. If I still want to use the vert hook, if I don't want to use the 3-rec hook, because the 3-rec's going to match on more things, we could go with something like this. And then we can just use it out of this kind of DN spot pretty easily. And you see everything is caged. We try to go deep, and you have your inside third right there. Donovan Wilson from that cornerback position in kind of the linebacker position, I don't know, to make the easy interception. And yeah, man, easy pick. It's going to take away the middle read. And overall, this is just probably the best way to run it, in my opinion. Adjustment-wise, defensive-wise. Again, you're just going to put L1 inside third, middle third. Then you can like pinch your D-line. I like to use our Parsons over here, which can be sneaky because, again, a lot of the times the user is not going to be expecting that. And then, oh, you can lurk on like a wheel route if it's over there. We can lurk on B, go back up to A, and boom, you're right there to make the play. Although we didn't catch it because we didn't animate really. But I think this is the best way to run the defense, in my opinion. If you want to take it a step further, maybe what you could do, and this might be tricky, we could actually kind of run something like this. Let's go Y and an inside third. And we're going to create like a little cover 3 cloud look, kind of like this. This is very adjusty, so stay with me. But what you do, you're cloud flatting that right side corner, Trayvon Diggs. You're going to put A, J-Ron Kirsten, deep half. So that's the right side. On this left side, you're going to put your X corner, Anthony Brown, in an outside third. You're going to go ahead, put Y in a middle third, X on an outside third. I don't know if I said that wrong, but Y in a middle third. And again, middle third is just up on the left stick, not to the left side. And then, of course, we can't put Donovan Wilson here in a curl flat, so we can go ahead and put Micah there. And this would be a cover 3 cloud, kind of a hybrid. And you could kind of create this out of any coverage, but again, what zone's separating us? It's going to be the quarter flat and the 3 receiver hook that you would not have if you were to create this defense out of a cover 3 or a cover 2. You can't put a 3 receiver hook on the field, and you can't put a quarter flat on the field. So this is going to be really good defense in my opinion. You go to something like a vert hook or a verticals type play. Go with like a little out route over here, and again, you see you might have to like work over on A, but R1's going to be bagged right there by your outside third, and overall it should be just pretty good defense. Just pretty difficult to stop. Certain routes will get open, like running back wheels will probably get open against this. They get open against every coverage, so of course they're getting open against this coverage. Tight end wheel routes could be tricky, so I mean, really, let's create the same defense. And again, I like to baseline press out of this personally. You don't have to. And again, just remember your icons. I would recommend practicing this for sure. But let's say he's killing us with verticals. We can let's go ahead and man up the tight end now. Let's man up the tight end. Maybe they go wheel route, which the wheel route still again kind of gets open there. So we kind of work over on the wheel, work over on RB. We see RB's not really open over there because we have our outside third pressed. The wheel route would be your only read, and it would have to be a quick read between either Y or RB. But I mean, just overall, that's pretty good defense in my opinion. And even if we could also play a defense like this out of that coverage, we could let's say he's just running this coverage verticals, or I don't know what he would be running. Yeah, let's say he's running verticals with a wheel route. Who knows, or bunch trail rather. Let's say he's running bunch trail. We're gonna create the same look defensively, but without the curl flat, we're just gonna man him up instead. And in this case, we can leave the 3 rec if he's bunch trail heavy. Less verticals heavy, we just man up the running back, and then we just kind of watch. Okay, we're watching the flats. He's going to stop over here, and you see everybody's matched on. X is going to be defended by your inside third, corner out defended by your cloud flat. Just perfect defense right there. So definitely really good match coverage out of this. Again, this formation is good to contain out of, if I'm not mistaken. We'll kind of show that. Now we do have Fitzpatrick running the show, but really good contains on that right side, really good contains on the left, both holding strong, so you would have to both either cut it inside, which they would still disengage from, or you just step up in the pocket, try and scramble through the middle, which if you're forcing people through the middle, you live with that and hope you get a defensive tackle shed, because you can't really do anything else besides that. And I wouldn't really recommend spying, because on some of these defenses we are rushing 3, so you don't want to spy and then rush 2, if that makes any sense. But that's going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.